One of my favorite comfort meals is a warm, delicious bowl of homemade ramen or noodle soup. While you can find tons of pre-packaged instant ramen brands on store shelves, they're mostly full of sodium and preservatives and are quite unhealthy for you. That's why I like making my own version of instant cup noodles at home, because I can elevate them by using my own fresh and healthy ingredients and customize them to my tastes. I make these for my weekly meal prep all the time because of how easy they are to make to have a quality, healthy meal ready to eat at any time. Today, I'll show you my step-by-step process of how you can meal prep your own instant noodle jars at home, along with 3 simple and tasty recipes to start you off. It's literally as simple as assembling the ingredients, storing it away, and then adding hot water whenever you're ready to enjoy it. These noodle jars are a great way to use up any leftover ingredients in your fridge, and a huge time and money saver as well. Let's get started. Our first recipe is a classic chicken and veggie vermicelli cup. First, we're going to need a container. I recommend these 1 liter or 32 ounce wide mouth mason jars for the perfect size for cup noodles. They have a big enough opening to pour or eat out of, and have plenty of room to hold our ingredients in liquid. Now when it comes to assembling our jar, our first step is to build our soup base. I typically use 2 teaspoons of bouillon paste or powder to give us our flavor base, whether it's chicken, beef, or vegetable. Better Than Bouillon is the brand that I use the most, and it's what I'm using here. It tastes great and it's easily accessible. Then we're going to elevate our soup base with some seasoning. For this, you have so many options: soy sauce, fresh ginger, garlic or onion powder, sriracha or chili oil for a kick of spice, miso paste for a savory umami flavor, sesame oil for a nutty aroma, or Thai curry paste and coconut milk for a delicious curry combo. You can really be creative here in making some flavorful soup bases. For this recipe, I'm going to keep it simple with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Next, let's fill up our jar with veggies. I generally aim for roughly 1 cup of vegetables here, but it can be a combination of different types. You can use anything, from sliced carrots, to baby spinach, bell peppers, broccoli, mushrooms, and even pickled vegetables like kimchi. Frozen or canned veggies like peas and corn are also a convenient option. For this noodle cup, I'm using a 1/4 cup of thinly sliced carrots, a 1/4 cup of baby spinach, and a 1/4 cup of corn. I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of sliced tomatoes, and a 1/4 cup of sliced shiitake mushrooms. These give off a deep umami flavor with a meaty, chewy texture that I love in ramen. After our veggies, we're going to need our protein. I typically aim for about 1/3 of a cup here. Some of my favorite protein sources are shredded roasted chicken breast, firm or soft tofu, seafood like cooked shrimp, chickpeas or edamame, or hard or soft boiled egg. For this, I'm going with 1/3 of a cup of shredded roasted chicken breast. Let's add that in. And then, of course, we need to choose our noodles. We have so many options here. Uncooked noodles like vermicelli, which are these thin, dry rice noodles, or glass noodles that are made from sweet potato or mung bean, are both convenient options that cook in just a few minutes once you add boiling water. Or if you're looking for a lower calorie option, these shirataki noodles are made from tofu and cook super quickly as well. Some of my other favorite noodle options are Japanese udon noodles, egg noodles, or soba noodles. You can buy them pre-cooked in individual serving packages like these udon noodles, which make them super convenient to use, or like these thick yellow egg noodles. As for portion size, I aim for about 1 cup of noodles per jar. For this recipe, I'm going to use 1 bundle of thin vermicelli dry rice noodles. Then, for our final step, we're going to finish off our noodle cups with some garnishes for enhanced flavor. Some great options here are chopped cilantro, sliced green onions, basil or mint leaves, or lime juice from a wedge of lime to kick the flavor up a notch. Here I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of sliced green onions and 1 tablespoon of chopped cilantro. And that's all the prep work there is. Let's screw the lid onto the jar and refrigerate this until we're ready to enjoy it. You can keep these refrigerated for about 3 to 4 days depending on the ingredients you use. Just take it out when you're ready to eat. I like to leave the jar out on the counter for 15 to 20 minutes or run it under lukewarm water for a bit just to let it come to room temperature. This will help prevent the hot water from cooling down too quickly when we pour it in, and to prevent any risk of the glass cracking. In the meantime, I'm going to boil about 2 cups of water in my electric kettle. When it's done boiling, pour the hot water into the mason jar so that the ingredients are fully covered. Cover it with a lid and let it steep for about 5 minutes to let the veggies and noodles soften and for the flavors to infuse together. When it's done steeping, take the lid off and give the jar a good stir so that the soup base is well mixed. You'll then have this delicious cup of instant noodles all ready to eat. You can enjoy this straight out of the jar for 1 less dish to clean, or pour it out into a bowl to enjoy. And if you find that the soup's not hot enough, just warm it up in the microwave for about a minute. This soup base is full of rich, delicious flavor customized to your tastes, and the meal is full of your favorite healthy and hearty ingredients that'll nourish and fill you up. And with just a few minutes of prep, you can have your next few meals planned out with grab-and-go lunches and dinners that you just need to add hot water to in order to enjoy. Our second recipe is a go-to favorite of mine when I'm looking for some heat. This is our spicy miso tofu udon cup. First, for our soup base, let's start with 1 teaspoon of vegetable bouillon paste or powder, along with 1 teaspoon of miso paste for a delicious and rich umami flavor, and 1 teaspoon of sriracha for some heat, or you can use your favorite hot sauce or chili oil. To that, let's add half a teaspoon of minced garlic, half a teaspoon of grated ginger, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Then for our veggies, I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of small broccoli florets, a 1/4 cup of sliced green bell peppers, a 1/4 cup of sliced tomatoes, a 1/4 cup of frozen peas, and 2 tablespoons of thinly sliced carrot. I'm also going to add about a 1/4 cup of kimchi because I love kimchi and it really adds to the spiciness of this dish. For protein, I'm going with 1/3 cup of cubed firm tofu, but soft tofu also works great here. For our noodles, let's use 1 cup of cooked Japanese udon noodles here. And then finally for our garnishes, let's add 1 tablespoon of sliced green onions, a couple of basil leaves, and then top it off with 1 lime wedge. Pop the lid on and throw it into the fridge to store for later. When you're ready to enjoy it, simply remove the lid, take out the lime wedge, let it sit out for about 15 minutes, and then pour in roughly 2 cups of boiling water so that the ingredients are well covered. Throw the lid on and then let the ingredients steep in the jar for about 5 minutes. Then squeeze on some lime juice, give the jar a good stir so that the soup base ingredients are well mixed, and enjoy. This recipe has a delicious hot and sour kick to it and is easily one of my favorite ways to create an amazing flavorful soup base. If you're looking for a bit of heat in your instant noodles, then give this one a try. Our third recipe is a seafood favorite and perfect for those of you who love curry. This is our curry shrimp noodle cup. First, for our soup base, let's start with 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon paste or powder, and then add 2 teaspoons of Thai red curry paste, a 1/4 cup of coconut milk, 1 teaspoon of fish sauce, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, and half a teaspoon of brown sugar. Then for our veggies, let's add in a 1/4 cup of baby spinach, a 1/4 cup of sliced red bell peppers, a 1/4 cup of broccoli florets, a 1/4 cup of edamame, and 2 tablespoons of sliced shiitake mushrooms. For our protein, I'm going to use about 1/3 cup of cooked shrimp and half of a hard-boiled egg. For our noodles, I'm using roughly 1 cup of cooked thick egg noodles here. And then finally for our garnishes, let's add 1 tablespoon of sliced green onions, 1 tablespoon of chopped cilantro, and then top it off with 1 lime wedge. Pop the lid on and throw it into the fridge to store for later. When you're ready to eat it, simply remove the lid and take out the lime wedge, let it sit out for about 15 minutes, and then pour in 2 cups of boiling water so that the ingredients are well covered. Throw the lid on and let the ingredients steep for about 5 minutes in the jar. When it's done, give it a good stir to mix the soup base ingredients together, squeeze on some lime juice, and enjoy. I'm a big seafood fan and cooked shrimp goes great in a delicious bowl of hot noodle soup. The udon noodles are thick and bouncy in texture, and the coconut curry broth is super comforting, rich in flavor, and so delicious. And of course, you can always feel free to customize this however you like. I hope this video showed you just how easy it is to create your own healthy homemade instant noodles in an easy to meal prep format where all you need is a mason jar and some boiling water. You can customize these however you like and experiment with different soup-based flavors by adding your own spices and seasonings. And there's such a better and healthier option than the pre-packaged instant ramen that you can buy at stores. If you decide to give these a try, I'd love to hear what you think. Until next time, thanks for watching. If you'd like to watch more, click here for another video. And if you enjoy my content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.